Hey guys, what's up? You're watching Up and Adam. My name's Adam Noel. And for those of you who don't know me, I'm the guy bringing you guys all the latest and greatest from your favorite celebrities and pop culture influencers. Of course, today's no different. Today, we're back to talk about the devastating news that we just received when it comes to Nene Leakes and her husband, Greg. We're going to jump into all of that. But before we do, if you haven't already, go ahead, smash that like button, subscribe to my channel, and hit that notification bell because, well, you don't want to miss anything we have coming up. And with that, let's jump right in.
It's time for all your binge-worthy pop culture news. Welcome to Up and Adam.
All right, guys, so we saw a video where Nene Leakes was in her lounge and she was addressing one of the customers in her lounge who called her rude. Now, she did not need to get on the mic, but she did, and she shared some devastating details about her marriage and what's actually going on with her husband, Greg Leakes. We know at one point Greg was suffering from stage 3 colon cancer, and this was back in 2018, but eventually he went into remission and the cancer went away. Unfortunately, that's not the case anymore. The cancer is back and he's fighting for his life. It sounds like things could come to an end pretty soon from what she's saying. And again, this is just so devastating. You wouldn't wish this on your worst enemy. I hate hearing this news. We've all grown to love Greg, especially on the Real Housewives of Atlanta. We've seen how caring and sweet of a husband he is, how there for Nene he's been. He's always just kind of like her best friend, her ride or die, someone who we would all aspire to have for as a partner. Now, for Greg, I guess it looks like he, from what Nene is saying, could be transitioning to the other side as he continues to battle for his life, battle cancer. When Nene Leakes showed up to her lounge, she had one of her customers, assuming asking for a photo, getting in her face. I've seen this before multiple times only because working in West Hollywood and working for another housewife, when the housewives have these businesses, whether it's a restaurant, a lounge, Heather Gay in the beauty lab, fans from all over the world come to visit these businesses. When they're in town, they want to show up. And then if they see you show up, they get excited. And the one thing that they initially want to do is come up to you, tell you how much they love you, and ask for a photo. Well, that's exactly what happened. And in this case, Nene was not in the right state of mind to be dealing with customers who were bombarding her. And I understand, I've read some of the other fan comments where, people were like, Nene should know better. This is her business. She should, know that people are going to want this from her. However, at the end of the day, she's still a human being. So if she doesn't want to take a photo, she should still be able to walk into her business, say hello, hi, how are you, and not have to have that whole moment captured on camera. It doesn't always have to be captured on camera. And when she denied someone, to take a photo and to greet them, say happy birthday, whatever the case was, she was called rude, and she took to the mic to address why she wasn't taking the photo. Nene said, "My husband is transitioning to the other side, and you don't know what we're dealing with right now. We walked in this lounge because we had to walk in this lounge, and this is our business. So when people approach you and say you're rude because you don't want to say happy birthday, my husband is at home dying. I don't want to say happy birthday, okay?" This breaks my heart, but it keeps going. On Sunday night, Nene posted a photo that said broken, and it had, kind of hands that are asking for prayers for Greg Leakes. It seems like, her and her kids, they're all going through a lot. She also has stepchildren with Greg. Greg has his own kids from a separate relationship. I'm sure this can't be easy for anyone, and it's especially not easy for Nene and her kids. So we have to give that to her. Now, a lot of people have been wondering, what does the future look like for Nene? Will she ever return to Bravo? I've even seen these questions. I don't think so. I know that the Real Housewives of Atlanta production has been put on hold because they don't know who they're going to put on the show. Casting has been put to a halt. And if you guys caught my live with Kate Casey, she has a podcast, Reality Life with Kate Casey. She even explained, I think right now the network is, going through this time of having a lot of difficult decisions to make because they have Peacock, the streaming service, and they have to figure out, where are we going to put these different shows? Real Housewives of Dallas, it was put on hold. Technically, everyone's calling it canceled, but we saw the same thing with Real Housewives of Miami. Miami was taken off of the network for quite some time. And now we know with Peacock, the new streaming service, that they are filming the show. And this is where they're going to launch it. It's almost like pushing people into this whole other realm because it's a business. So this is how they're starting their business. And this is why they're moving different franchises. Maybe Real Housewives of Dallas might have the same impact. But for Atlanta, the hard thing to kind of pick apart here is Atlanta was the #1 rated franchise when it came to all of the Housewives shows, period. They, for the longest time, held the highest ratings. And that is what it is. So why would Bravo ever let that go? Well, for this past season, they didn't have the highest rated season. And that's been the case for a lot of the different franchises. Dallas, Real Housewives of Orange County, Real Housewives of New York. It's really hard to hold a show during a global pandemic. And this is also one of the cases of damned if you do, damned if you don't. Because if they don't put out the shows, then us as fans, we're going to be like, what the hell? Where's our show? Why aren't you producing it? Can't you just give us something? Can't they vacation, within America? And we understand they can't travel, but then we got that and we're not loving it as much. However, Potomac and Beverly Hills, they're doing the damn thing. Potomac is having the highest rated season in Potomac history. So congratulations to the Potomac ladies. We will be talking about them today with Nene Brody from Hollywood Life. She's one of the senior reporters and host of her own podcast. And I think that there's something to be said about that. We're seeing where some franchises aren't quite cutting it, and then other ones, they are. We've heard so many different excuses as to why we've had the lowest rated seasons ever. For Orange County, we heard that it was all of the drama with Kelly Dodd and people boycotting the actual franchise because they did not want to watch her. For New York, we're hearing that it's because they only had 5 women and it's not enough to hold the show. And for Atlanta, we just heard it was a casting issue. People weren't the biggest fans of LaToya Ali and Drew Sidora. Now we have the Fallon and Porsha drama, and we're wondering if that's going to be addressed on the show. I'm rooting for the Real Housewives of Atlanta to come back, and I wish Nene Leakes would be a part of it. But unfortunately, after she made her videos telling us exactly how she feels about the network, NBC, Bravo, Andy Cohen, and what she went through, I think it's one of those things that you just can't come back from. I don't see her rejoining the show, but I do hope, whether it's a talk show, an ensemble talk show, I don't know. I hope we get to see her back in some capacity, but right now it sounds like the most important thing for her is to be at home with Greg and her family as they're going through this difficult time. So I'm hoping that everybody can collectively come together, send Nene Leakes all of the love and the prayers, just wishing her the best because she deserves nothing less than that. I know I've shared a story about my run-in with Nene Leakes, and it was at Mastro Steakhouse in Beverly Hills. And she didn't love me, I can say that. She wasn't the most welcoming to me at the time. And this was about 4 or 5 years ago. So I haven't had the best run-ins with her, but I also don't know what she was going through at that time either. She made that very clear. You don't know what somebody is going through in their life. So if I don't want to be all, hey, how are you? Just because you think that's how I am on a show and you think I'm your best friend because you've watched my life unfold before your very eyes, that's not the case. And we have to remember, she is still a human being. So I guess my question here for you is, would you ever like to see Nene come back to Bravo, even though we know that it's most likely not going to happen? And if she doesn't, what capacity would you want to watch Nene Leakes on? And how do you feel about this video that surfaced of her addressing someone calling her rude for not wanting to say happy birthday? A lot of questions to which I need so many answers. Guys, if you haven't already, go ahead, smash that like button, comment below. And before you go, don't forget to subscribe to my channel and hit that notification bell because, well, you don't want to miss anything we have coming up. And again, today we're going live at 12:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. That's 9:30 a.m. Pacific Standard Time with Nene Brody from Hollywood Life to talk about Potomac. So I'll see you guys there. Bye, guys.